This is Jody from Poppy Winkle, and today I'm going to talk about ruffles. I have seen a lot of people in junk journal tutorials talk about making ruffles like this. You fold it and you do it at your sewing machine, and then you sew as you fold, and that takes forever. It really takes a long time. And so I have a quick way to show you how to do it. And I know this from my sewing days. You take a strip of fabric, however long, it doesn't matter. And of course, it's going to get way shorter once you ruffle it. So if you wanted a specific length, what would you do? Like make it more than twice the size. Because this turned into this. You can't even see it on there, but yeah, more than twice the size. Anyway, so all you do is you go to your sewing machine if you have one, and I'll show you what to do if you don't have one. And you put your stitch on the very largest stitch size. So on my machine it's 6, but other people have different kinds of machines. So here's the stitch length. It is practically a 1/4 inch from where it goes in and where it comes out. The stitch length is really long, and that's important. So you want that to be as long as it can be. So if you're used to sewing, you probably know that when you start, you want to go back and forth when you're using the machine to secure your stitch. You do not want to do that in this case. You just want to start sewing and just keep going, and you want to leave your ends pretty long. So no back and forth to lock the stitch, because when you're finished, when you've sewn from the top to the bottom in the center, you want to find the bobbin thread. So that's going to be the one on the bottom. This is the one on the top. And the one on the bottom, after you've sewn, you want to pull it. And that creates your ruffle. If you pull the top one, it's not going to come through. It's not going to pull for you. So just try the other thread. And then once you've started pulling it, you want to secure this edge by tying it. Once you've pulled it as far as you can, you want to secure that by tying it. And so the ruffle's not going to come undone. And then you want to go to the other edge and do the same thing. Find your bobbin thread. That's going to be this one right here on the bottom, and start to pull until you get to the other side. So I pulled my bobbin thread until my ruffle got to be the ruffliness and the size I wanted it. And then on the bottom, just like I did on the top, I took the 2 threads, the top and the bobbin thread, and I tied them into the knot. So now neither side is going anywhere. This is not going to get longer. It's not going to get shorter. It's situated with its ruffles intact. And I'm probably going to put it on this page because number 1, it's on, what side is this? It's on the right side. So when you close it, the pretty side is showing. When you're looking at the front of your journal, the pretty side shows. If you put it over here and you close it, then the not so pretty side shows. You know, fabric has a pretty side and a not pretty side. And number 2, I like it on this page because this page has some blue in it and this page doesn't. And I like the way that this ruffle incorporates some blue into this page, and so that spread looks a little more cohesive. If you don't have a sewing machine, you can do this exact same thing with a needle and thread, all you do is go down and up and down and up. It doesn't matter how far. What am I doing? Anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 an inch. And then once you pull it through, this is just a needle and a thread, and I did tie it on the bottom. I tied a knot on the bottom, so when I pull the ruffle, it doesn't come out. And there you have a ruffle, just the same way with a needle and thread, no sewing machine needed. And then when you're finished, when you have it situated how you like it, I would probably undo this one a little, pull it along. Then you're going to tie this end, tie it off so it becomes the ruffle you want. I also used a ruffle, same size width, but about half the length as that other one I did, to make this a little floral kind of embellishment. And this one I sewed, instead of sewing down the center with the long stitches, I sewed down the edge, maybe 1/4 of an inch away from the edge of the fabric. And then I did the same thing. I found the bobbin thread and pulled it to ruffle it from both sides. And then it becomes circular. So after I pulled all the threads together, it turns itself into a circle. All the gathering is in the center, and the two edges just kind of naturally come together. I tied off the one edge, and I'm going to tie off the second once I have it arranged exactly the way I want it. And then I just sewed a button in the center. And so that makes that pretty little floral kind of embellishment. And I made a smaller one like this. And this one I'm going to attach. The big one I'll attach using probably a hot glue gun, because it's pretty large. So a hot glue gun on the back will make that one work. This one I'm going to attach using a brad. This is going to be super cute. I have a little brad that matches. And I used that one, I made that one using the same, probably a little shorter length than that one I used, but half the width. So all the other things I've been making had a width this wide, and this one is about half the size. And then I still sewed down the edge. I'm not sure if you can see that, but sewed down, not quite 1/4 of an inch from the edge. And then I pulled it just the same way, pulling the bobbin thread, and it becomes a circle just automatically. It's very cool. So if you keep pulling it, you get a circle all the way around. Then I tied off the end threads, and I did secure the two edges with a little glue somewhere in there. So it became a secure circle. And then when I attach it to a page, I'm just going to use a little sweet brad. So I'm guessing that if you start making these ruffles, you are going to think of all sorts of different ways to use them. That's what happened to me. I wasn't even planning on doing this. But this little cute page topper I did using a ruffle just like I made for this one. So pretty thin, maybe 3/4 of an inch wide, and then about twice the size of this page, maybe a little bit longer, and put it at the top. Sewed down the top again, and then I didn't crinkle it all the way to turn it into a circle. I just crinkled it a little bit, and then I took an old book page, folded it over several times to give it strength, and I glued down here and then put it on, and then I glued on the top and closed it up inside of it like that, and then I sewed down. I sewed down the edge, and that looks so cute as a little topper. So anyway, I bet there's a bunch of things that you're going to think of to use these ruffles. And if you have any questions, definitely let me know. And thanks for watching. Bye.